Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chantel. Thanks for stopping by. I do make lifestyle vlogs, vlogs about motherhood, cooking, cleaning, and if you want to subscribe to become a part of the Martin Mob, that'd be amazing. Before I jump into today's vlog, I just wanted to talk about what's happening right now in my life and why I haven't uploaded a bunch of content like I usually do, because you guys are my subscribers. You guys do mean a lot to me, and I just want to let you guys know what's going on. Long story short, I've just been kind of going through like a little bit of a depression. I'm not exactly sure what. We like to label depression after a mother has a baby as postpartum, but the kids are not really exactly the main focus point of my depression. I think I am going through a lot of change in my life right now. My son's going to school, my daughter's turning 1, my husband just got his master plumbing license, so it's like time for the next chapter in our lives. And I'm a Taurus, I don't really like change that much, so it makes me feel very uncomfortable, and I get like inside of myself and I just like get in my head and I'm just like, whoa, like this is not right. I don't like how this feels, and it just makes me really uncomfortable. So I just like kind of stop talking to everybody for a little bit and just try to recuperate and like get back to myself. But I'm feeling a lot better today. It's been going on probably for like the last couple of weeks, like, or maybe a month. So I have talked to a lot of people about what been going through, and it's really important to have communication with people that you love so that they know exactly, what's happening, and, you're not alone. And if anyone on my page or any of my subscribers are going through anything, I just want to tell you, you're not alone. Better days are coming. We have each other. I'm here for you. I'm here for any of my subscribers. I give great advice. So if you guys have any problems, just let me know, and I'll try my best to give you whatever wisdom I have. But let's move on and let's be happy, right? Also, didn't want to like be all negative and put like negativity out in the atmosphere, like in the universe. Like, I'm not a negative person, so I'm not gonna sit here and put like a bunch of negative and negativity into the universe. Okay guys, today's video is a Q&A. I asked all my subscribers and people that are following me on Facebook and Instagram to give me some questions for this video, and I got a great response, and thank you guys to everyone who left questions. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Okay, the first question is, where and how old were you two when you and Dustin met? We did do a story time, and I'll insert an info card here, and actually that's the most viewed video on my channel, which is crazy. It's at like 1.3k, and I'm just like, whoa. But Dustin was 20 years old when I met him, and I was 21. Where were you when you found out you were pregnant both times? With Armani, I was actually at the doctor's office, and I was a new patient, so for, intake or whatever, like the first registration steps, like they do your blood work and take your pregnancy test or whatever, and I had no idea, and I was like so shocked that I was pregnant. Like, I was just like, whoa, like that's crazy. But for Katia, I was actually at work. I was working on the rehab unit at my job with one of my good friends, Shannon, and she was actually pregnant at the moment, and I was like, I feel like I'm pregnant. I don't know. And she was like, go buy a test, go buy a test. And I was like, no. Like, I was in straight denial. I was like, I'm not pregnant. Like, I'm just gonna sit in denial and deny it. But the following day, in that day I had worked a double, I had woke up and I was in so much pain, I guess from like all the lifting and like moving and busting my ass. Like, I was just in so much pain. That was just like confirmation, like I needed to go get a test. So I went to CVS, threw Armani in the car, we drove there, and we got the test. I came home, I got 2 tests, and literally they turned positive in like milliseconds. I was in the kitchen. I was planning my wedding. Dustin's mom had like called me, and I had called her, and she answered the phone, and she was like trying to be funny and was like, you know, saying the business names. I don't want to put our companies out there. And I just started busting out crying, and I was like, I'm pregnant, and I was like, I don't know what we're gonna do. And like I was putting like the expected due date, and it was literally days away from my wedding, and I refused to be pregnant and get married. Like I was just like, no, the wedding is gonna have to wait. So I just called everybody and let them know, and yeah, that's the pregnancy finding out for Katia. The next question is, have you and Dustin ever gotten me looks, etc. in public for being interracial? Yes, we have. Racism is very much alive today, and we have gotten funny looks and, you know, people being rude to us or mean to us, but I'm not the person to be mean to, honey. Like, don't do that, because you'll definitely get checked in public, and then you'll feel bad. The next question is, has your own race given you backlash for dating another race? Yes, they have. I don't know why there's some stipulation that I am the white guy guru, that I can find any of my girls a white boy, or I can find anybody a white guy. First of all, Dustin is the first white guy I've ever dated. I did date another one, but we don't even, like, he's literally, like, non-existent in my whole life. Like, no. Like, he doesn't exist. So I do not count him. But Dustin's the only white guy I've ever been with, and I guess due to, like, cultural differences and stuff like that, there's definitely different views and stuff like that about race. Like, you always see, oh, black love, find yourself a king and stuff like that. But I think it would be nice if everybody could just let everybody do what they want, and like find someone that loves them for themselves, and not feel like they are only restricted to date within their race. Like, you never know. Like, that the possibilities are endless. But if you do want to date somebody in your race, cool. If you don't and you want to try something different, cool. Like, me and Dustin, I wasn't just like looking around for a white guy to date, like like when they say true love happens unexpectedly, true love happens unexpectedly. Like, I had no idea that this would be the man that I would be marrying and having kids with, okay? So, yeah. The next question is, what is the easiest and hardest thing about being married? I think the easiest thing about being married is literally like having someone to go through everything with, and having a partner, and just having somebody there for you, for the rest of your life. The hardest thing as well is probably the same thing, because, a lot of people struggle with the thought of marriage as of spending their time and life with one person, and oh my god, I have to stare at this one person for the rest of my life. But it's not really that bad, and it's not really that hard. I mean, the hardest things aren't really hard, things are really things at all. We have our little back and forth little fights about stupid stuff, but when it comes down to it, we don't really fight. And I don't really find like that there is really anything hard besides, making time for each other. That would be one of the hardest things, I would say, for our marriage as of right now, because we have 2 kids. Life keeps going and never stops. We're both, progressing in our careers and doing things to better our family. So I would say that is the hardest thing right now, is finding time for each other. But the attraction and love is very much alive, honey. Like, it's just that it's good to spend time at home and watch movies and cuddle, but it's also nice to go out. And I'm bougie, so I like to go out and stuff. So yeah. Next question is, have you ever felt unpretty after giving birth or having children? This question is kind of funny to me, because I know a lot of people, do feel funny. I didn't really gain a lot of weight. The only thing that I felt unpretty about was my stretch marks, and I was very, very self-conscious about my stretch marks for almost 4 years. It took about till the end of last year, like fall, where I said, I'm gonna love me for me. Like, this is the body God gave me, and if you don't like it, oh well. My man loves it. My man loves me and my body, and yeah. The next question is, has Dustin always been vegan? No, Dustin has been vegan since January, so he's been vegan about 8 months. Did it and it or I'm sorry, I missed the second half of the question. And did it happen after you guys were a couple? Yes. Dustin decided to be vegan like a couple months before we got married. So, how do you feel about him being vegan? You know, I if he wants to do that, I support whatever he wants to do. It's just that like it does cause like a lot of money for us both to do like separate diets, but I'm not a conformist. Like if you say, "Oh, you need to do this," I will fight and scratch and be like, "No, I'm not doing that." Like that's not happening. Plus, I'm a straight foodie, so there's like no way. I make a bunch of vegan dishes. I know there's a bunch of options, but I love food, so I'm not changing who I am. So, at first I was just like weirded out by it that Dustin wanted to be vegan, but I'm gonna support whatever he wants to do at the end of the day, regardless of like I like it or not. Especially if it's not anything like bad or anything like that. Like, there's no reason why I shouldn't support it. The next question is, have you thought about being vegan too? Yes, I have, and I tried for one day and gave up at lunch. So yeah, that's how that worked out. But if anything, I think I'm gonna be a pescatarian where you could still have like fish and stuff like that and seafood. But I definitely do want to give up like pork and beef and all that eventually, and chicken. But I just haven't made the time to. The next question is, do you want more kids? Yes, I do want more kids, and um, cat's out of the bag. I think that we might try soon to have another one. But the thing is, like, I get pregnant super fast. So if I make this decision and I sit here and say, oh, I want to have another baby, I'll literally be pregnant tomorrow. Like, that's how that went. Like, with Katia, I took my birth control out in December and found out I was pregnant in January. So it's just me having to decide, the timing. But I kind of just want to have another baby, and I've always wanted 3 kids. I would love to have another boy, but if it's a girl, that's fine too. The next question is, how is married life? Married life is good. I have no complaints. Within the first couple months of marriage, Dustin has already succeeded in his career getting his master plumbing's license. Now we're also car shopping and looking for a new family truck. And yeah, we might be trying for baby number 3 soon. So it's going good. I don't have any complaints. Like, it gets hard sometimes, but it's not necessarily hard. It just gets like just repetitive. How about that? It gets repetitive. Change it up some. You have to, it's all good. I'm a good planner and I love routine, but change it up sometimes. Don't let life get so repetitive that you're just living in the motions. You want to live life, not just flowing with the motions every single day. When are y'all moving is the next question. We are also, it seems like I'm doing a lot of stuff too, that's probably why I was like going through a little depression. We are also looking for land to buy and to build our next home. I don't know if it's going to be our forever home, but we are in the works of looking at land and eventually moving. The next question is, what is a baby name you liked for a girl but didn't end up using? I had a bunch of names for a girl. Actually, with Armani, I thought Armani was going to be a girl, so his name was going to be Callie Noel if he was a girl, but I found out he was a boy, and I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm having a boy. This is crazy. But the 3 main names that I really, really loved was Olivia, because his name was going to be Olivia for like a good like 5 months. I love the name Aria, and last was Katia. That's my three list of names that I had right here. Yep, those were the three names that were my favorite names, and I ended up using that name. Oh, and Ariana. I love the name Ariana too. But yep, that's a portion of the questions I got, and this video is already at 20 minutes. So I just want to say thank you again to all my subscribers and all of my following that gave questions for this Q&A. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button so that you can become a part of the Martin Mob. And thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Bye.